Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Jason over here, Signature Esports, and a pleasure it is to have you here live for the eNASCAR Racing Association Next Gen Cup Series that is brought to you by Ryco-Motorsports.com and John Betlam Heating and Cooling. You can go to their websites. There are links in the description, or you can go to johnbetlem.com, JOHNBETLEM. To find out more. If you're in the Rochester, New York area, make sure you give them a call, 585-271-8888. That will be the number to get in touch with you. You get some heating and cooling issues. It's about to be wintertime, preventative maintenance, all kinds of stuff. Make sure you stay in touch with them. JohnBetlam.com. Ryco-Motorsports is the website for Ryco setups. They've got a paint shop. They've got all kinds of stuff over there. They've got season passes as well for them to get you some fantastic setups out there. Homestead, Miami Speedway, 100 laps here for the drivers as they finish up qualifying. Good to see everybody out there. Thank you for all the new likes and the shares. Kathy Betlam, thank you for the like. Brian, thanks for the like out there on Facebook. Jessica, thank you for the like out there on Facebook as well. Thank you for the shares. Justin Levine Racing, Justin Levine, Travis Manning, thank you very much. Thanks for all the comments out there. Appreciate everybody doing what you're doing. All good things to come here. We've seen, this is week 3 here in the eNASCAR Racing Association. And last week, we watched Brad Wright kind of dominate ISM. Joey Brown won in week 1. That was a heck of a race right there for them as well. So we're going to see these drivers be very competitive. But I think we might have ourselves a few little fast drivers. We've got Brown up there, Lewis Jr.'s up there fast right now in qualifying, so we'll see how they work things here. Draft package, very important. Warrior Racing, thank you for the share. J.R. Petrella, thank you for becoming a follower. Appreciate you very much out there. And I'm pretty sure we're going to see, I don't know, if I put money on it, I might say that, hey, we might see another winner tonight. But there's an opportunity for a repeat for any of these drivers, and pit strategy is going to be a big factor, especially if they have long green flag runs here. Alrighty, they're finishing up qualifying. It's getting to that point where they're getting down to the nitty gritty of drivers. There it is. There's the qualifying order. That's finished up. They're going to start loading into pit road, and there is a look at Homestead Miami Speedway on your screen right there. And man, oh man. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun to see. Starting grid for the eNASCAR Racing Association. Somehow, some way, the logo didn't pop up there. We'll have to take a look at that. Joey Brown's gonna be your pole sitter here as they start to load into pit road. Brennan Poole, the number 15, Truck Series driver for the NASCAR circuit, is going to be the outside pole sitter here on the front row. Timmy Lewis Jr., Chad Gunningsman, that's going to make up row number 2, the 19 of the 4 side by side. John Betlam Motorsports being represented very well out there. Paul Fly, Nick King, that's going to make up row number 3. Jeremy Little, Michael Sturgill Jr., the number 77 is going to be back there. Row number 4, Jay Jensen and Justin Levine working together in row number 5 on the start of this race. David Garman Jr., Trent Goodrow, that will make up row number 6. Moving on down, Nick Galusha, the number 20. He's back in the mix again. He's going to drive his number 20 from 13th. Ryan Daly, the number 51, saw him fast in practice. He's going to be there in row number 7 to Nick Galusha's outside. Nathan Hall, the number 8, is going to have Matt Kocher there to his outside, so that's going to make up row number 8. Casey Foote, to Ken Byron Man himself, the number 24, is going to be there with Travis Manning to his outside, row number 9. Timothy Swiggett, the number 52, he's going to have Brad Sousa there. He's going to have a little bit of fun, and I believe he's going to enjoy himself, trying to work himself from that 10th row all the way to the front. Dylan Beckman out there, the number 17. He's going to be the last car back there in that Ford as they're getting ready to go. Get ready to go green, and they're going to have 100 laps. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be exciting to see because you never know kind of what's going to happen. These cars very, 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 very aero-friendly and aero-dependent as well in the iRacing circuit. Not a lot of data for these cars just yet, so they're working with what they have. The setups have been pretty outstanding from what I've seen, and We've seen also that getting these tires up to temperature so that they inflate properly that has been it's been a big factor for these cars. So it's good to see. It's good to see the realism in it, and just kind of what they're going to be able to have a factor here. As you see the 5 pull off of pit road exit there to get behind the pace car. Go Warriors, says Ian Middleton out there. Good to see you. Good to see you. Race information before the start of the race here. Homestead Miami Speedway, 1.48 miles in length, so 150 miles is pretty much what they're going to run. Track temperature 85 degrees, and the air temperature 79 degrees. So we're going to start seeing things cool down as the sun sets here at Homestead. 53% humidity. The partly cloudy skies will play a factor on the track as they continue to move forward. Pace car is going to dive off on the pit road. We're going to go green flag racing here for the eNASCAR Racing Association here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Green it is as a 5 gets a jump. They're going to be rolling. Inside outside lane. At first, we're going to see these cars drive down to the bottom, and I have a feeling that as they progress forward, we're going to most likely start seeing them run to the high line. Ooh, somebody just had an issue back there. What happened to that car? Was it Brad Sousa? Somebody spin or something happened back there, but it's all good now. Joey Brown leads lap run, and they're still rolling forward, so I don't see anybody having any issues. I thought quite possibly there was an issue there. Something blinked or something happened there, but everything's good. Everybody's rolling through. Jeremy Little on 7 spots from the start of the race, but he's finally up to speed. These guys are definitely driving into the corner nice and easy, nice and free. There is Brennan Poole, the number 15, in second spot. Has Goodingsman right behind him as the number 4 starts to close the distance forward. There's Ford in the mix. 2 Chevys out front. Joey Brown. Goodingsman just ran his fastest lap of the race so far, 32.24. And no doubt we're going to start seeing that become a big factor. High line's going to be a big speed break here. Similar to what we see Kansas run through. Ghost Sturgill says Mike Sturgill out there. There he is, number 77 on the high side, utilizing the draft of the 18 of Paul Fly there. 41 trying to make something work there. There's Justin Levine trying to find a hole there. Not going to be able to make that work as they continue to roll through. Lap 4 being completed. Levine just ran his fastest lap of the race, 32.13, as his setup starts to work in. Open setups here for the drivers, and they're able to try to work what they can. Brennan Poole in third. Losing a little bit of ground to the 19 of Timmy Lewis Jr. 41 of Justin Levine going down to the bottom of the inside as well. Chad Goodingsman in second spot. Almost 0.8 of a second, the difference between he and Joey Brown. Joey Brown, part of the Hendrick Motorsports stable here for the eNASCAR Racing Association. Travis Manning running the fastest lap of the race, the number 14, driving that forward. He's screaming fast, 31.96. First car to pull a sub 32, and he is cruising. Right below him, there's KC, and then right above him is Garmin into the 31. They're rolling. And the green flag racing is always good. You always want to see pit strategies come into play, and it's always good to find a groove and find out what you can and can't do. And right now, Joey Brown, his last lap, 32.20. Only drivers faster than he right now is going to be KC, 32.17. Kosher was running faster that last time by. Kosher has a little bit of left side damage, it looks like, right there. Maybe that was something that happened there. The number 1 driving in 15th. He's still up a spot from where he started, so maybe something happened there in that early part. I didn't get to see all of it. They're rolling. Joey Brown, 0.8 of a second. As they come around into the backstretch, turn 3. Look at how fast those cars look here. Here is where pit road exit is on the front stretch. And the difference in cars as they hit turn 1 and turn 2. High line for Koenigsmann, low line for Brown on that 5. And you see the line that he's running here. Joey Brown having a heck of a day. Starting on the pole, hasn't lost any ground. Maybe just a little bit of relative times for him. Here's the last 5 lap times for you. Kind of alternating between Koenigsmann and he, as 0.8 of a second is trying to be eaten into here. Alternating lap times for the two drivers. Backstretch, turn 3, Brown, Koenigsmann, Levine in 3rd, trying to pull that 2.5 second difference into his relative, utilizing a different kind of line. Brennan Poole in the mix as well, driving his Chevy. He's inside the top 5 right now. Jay Jensen, he's trying to go to the inside of the 19 of Timmy Lewis Jr. He's got a little bit of help from some drivers behind him. Here's the 2, the 19 side by side, exit of turn 2 to the backstretch. 2 slides up in front of the 19. And look at all that. It's like downtown traffic for LA. 2 right there behind Brennan Poole. There's the 51 of Daly. Ryan Daly trying to make that work for himself as well. Make sure that you're not cheering these guys on. There's a lot of shares that went out there. If you see the shares, make sure that you go and follow those folks. I appreciate you if you would. 51-19. Manning in the 14. He's got Sturgill Jr. right behind him. And fighting for a little bit of mistake here. As the 19 and the 14 try to find some room here. The 19 is going to slide down. There's the John Betlam, number 19. Race team having a good season. We've got a couple of drivers out there trying to turn themselves into the fastest drivers on the circuit. Right now, the fall off for Joey Brown, you're racing about a half second over 12 laps, and so that's starting to really play a factor. His entrance on turn 3, right next to the wall, you saw it there. He egg shapes it down to the bottom of the line, gets to the front stretch and puts it right back next to the wall, as that is the speed difference between the two. 163 miles an hour into the corner. That's what the relative says for Brown. 4th gear for the driver. What's that? These things have 5 gears. Maybe that's just 73 into the corner. It's crazy. These things have 5 gears, and we're seeing 4 of them being used. It's crazy. Justin Levine has the 2 of Jay Jensen behind him. Brennan Poole back to 5th now. Travis Manning trying to make the Abruzzi board work there at the bottom. All of those cars. Sparks flying. Virtually tapped the wall, trying to get around this track. 1.6 seconds for Brown. Koenigsmann in 4th. Right along with, Travis Manning, who is right here in the bottom lane. Low gears for the drivers here. 9,100 RPMs into the corner. And sure, everybody's running 4th gear. That's what it looks like. Here's Brennan Poole right behind Justin Levine as the 2 of Jay Jensen goes around. As you see the Mustangs in the sights of the number 15. Out of the corner into the line here. You see the speed that he carries off of the corner exit. He's going to be right there to the back bumper of the 41 of Justin Levine. Very quickly, Levine holding a heck of a line. Levine really trying to work that high line speed. 15 is going to be right there with him as well. 15 might pull a crossover here and make that pass. Not quite. 41 able to carry speed off the corner. He's going to be a little bit faster as they get into turn 1. 15 of Brennan Poole up high. And there is Travis Manning trying to make something work on the bottom line. Jay Jensen getting around the number 4. There's the number 2 working his line as well. So for second, that's what they're looking at. Jay Jensen ran faster by 0.3 of a second over Joey Brown this last time by, so we might see some fall off happening. Some of these drivers trying to make it work. Jay Jensen 33.18. We'll take a look at the lap times between the 2 drivers. Jay Jensen is flying. He is ready. He is up to speed. He's got the right wear. He's got the right tear. He's pretty much ready to go. And 2 seconds now, the difference between the 2 drivers as they continue to move around Homestead, Miami Speedway. 18 of 100, about a fifth of the way. Oh, somebody got into somebody. Caution's going to come out, first one of the race. And we'll take a look here. This is the 24 here. There's the 20, the 18. Oh. I do believe the 20 might have gotten loose there. Down on the bottom, down on the bottom, down on the bottom. Oh, he's loose. Oh, he's loose. He's loose and corrected it up into his teammate. Up into the 24. Man. One more time, and we'll go from the overhead point of view here. The 20 down to the bottom right here. See, he was coming out of the corner. He got a shot him straight out the track. Man, that was insane. That bottom left lane is absolutely critical for the drivers. Motorsports, JohnBetlam.com. Everybody coming to pit road, including Joey Brown. Brennan Poole is going to be back there. Adjustments for some of the drivers. Joey Brown, know that he needs to really change anything. They're going to take some tires. Justin Levine comes in. He hits his pit stall. He has. I wonder if he was already on pit road. That might have been something that he had already started to do whenever they were coming around here. Joey Brown, he's going to be second. Jay Jensen in third. Maybe I don't know. Maybe Levine had just driven through pit road. We'll see here. As they're getting ready to make this work. Levine, Brown, Jensen, Poole, Gundingsman, Manning, Daly, Kocher, Little, Swiggett. That's going to be the top 10 as they come off of pit road this time by. Some drivers in on pit road. Timmy Lewis Jr., one of those drivers. Paul Fly back there as well. Kind of wrapped up and involved in that. Trent Goodrose coming off of pit road. He's going to have the 19 with him. So Timmy Lewis Jr. coming back off of pit road. David Garman Jr., the 31, able to make some adjustments. Nathan Hall, the number 8, he is coming off of pit road as well. Paul Fly, he's looking like he's going to try to do what he can. Nick King, the number 3, one of the last cars on pit road. KC's probably getting some stuff fixed, and so is the 20. Justin Levine comes to pit road. He's making his scheduled stop, I do believe, so he's going to have an extra lap to play with when they go back to green flag racing here. Dang, oh dang. Casey, I saw you, man. I saw you. He came down, whatever he was down by the bottom of the track. His tires hit that little bitty flat spot right there and just bent him up the track. It looked like a kind of maybe an overcorrection, but maybe a little bit more than that. Man, that was insane. It was insane. Larry Hall, thanks for the like out there. Tia, thank you for becoming a follower. I appreciate you very much. It looked like it. Yeah, when he hit it, that's what it looked like to me. Green flag here. Brown, Poole, Jensen, Gundingsman. Adjustments made. They're ready to go again. Reminder, we're live on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. If you haven't followed us on all three platforms, well, here's your opportunity. Twitch.tv/Signature Esports, YouTube.com/Signature Esports, Facebook.com/Signature Esports. That would be the Signature Esports everywhere. Brown gets the green flag again. He's ready to rock and roll. Brennan Poole back to second. He's going to have the two of Jay Jensen with him here. And Jensen, from the back of the field to the front, he fell back and then came back up here. So the outside pole sitter, Brennan Poole, is going to be there in third. The 2 and the 14 maybe making some more adjustments here. Jay Jensen side by side with the 15. The 2 and the 14 kind of pushing here as they kind of just roll through the years. 15 down low in front of the 2, 14 up high up to his teammate. The 51 is there as well. There's Ryan Daly trying to make that outside line his own. And right now, Joey Brown can just drive. Half-second difference between he and Brennan Poole. Brennan Poole, I think, figured something out here. Here's the 14, the 2, and the 51 side by side. Jay Jensen trying to work his way back to the front. There's the 4 Goonies as well. They have had a heck of a race so far. Michael Sturgill has the 42 flying behind him. That's Brad Sousa driving the Advert Health Chevy. Got a little Ford to his outside. Looks like Dylan Beckman here, the number 17, driving the DeWalt Ford, making moves up 11 spots. Travis Manning, the biggest mover of the race right now at 15. As the 14 tries to get around the 15 here, 25 laps in, pulled away through the race, and it's been a good one. It's been super good. Joey Brown in a groove. They came to pit road on lap 19, race restarted, so that'll be... We'll put these guys on pit road somewhere. They do have to have another green flag pit stop, so that'll put them on pit road somewhere around maybe the 60 to 70 mark here. We'll see as they come around here. We know that these things get excellent fuel mileage for the cars at the yard, but it kind of just depends on how they drive. Joey Brown, Travis Manning, 7/10 of a second. The 14 got around Brennan Poole. He's making that Ford stick to the bottom. It goes Chevy, Ford, Chevy, Ford, Chevy, and then a Ford. Again, the 4 to the outside of the 7 here. The 7 of Jeremy Little trying to be as clean as he can to get around the track. The 2 utilizing the midline, 51 down low. Ryan Daly there, nowhere to go for the 4. It's a Poole looking for some kind of real estate over the 2. And the 2 utilizing the same line that Joey Brown is using as they come around to the corner. Half-second difference between he and the 14. Little Brucey smoke. That's what I call it. Forever known as the 14 in my book. The 14 still making ground his last lap just a little bit faster than the 5. So Travis Manning trying to make sure a Ford finishes in front of a Chevy this week. As you see Brennan Poole trying to make third place work for him. Jay Jensen there in the draft of the 15. Chad Gunningsman pulling the 51 of Daly around with him as well. Evenly matched first. Toyota in the field, 10th place right here. The 10th spot belongs to the number 1 of Kocher right there. He is trying to make a pass on the 7, find some real estate in front of the 17. Dylan Beckman. Sousa right there is got a good line on the bottom. He is trying to pull any kind of room that he can get. And right now, the high line being faster on exits, and we'll start seeing that utilized a little bit more as tire wear becomes a factor. But the 1 right into the corner is making good moves. There's a look over the dashboard. Those dashboards are straight out in front of the drivers. You can see the heads-up display right there. The sun is peeking through. There's a look, 77, and there's Justin Levine in the 41. Levine came to pit road after everybody else. Wanted to find something different here. There's the 41 making moves. That bottom line, how low they are. 77's going to go up the track, and the 41's going to be there. Kind of the difference in a crossover move here. Homestead, more of a midline kind of driving track. The one's going to be there. He's going to be able to carry down to the bottom and try to make a pass. Toyota. His first Toyota really making it work. He's in 8th spot now, up 2 spots since we started watching with him. Travis Manning starting to catch the number 5. There is the 14. Went from 7/10 of a second to half a second over 2 laps, and now he is virtually to the back bumper of the number 5 machine. Joey Brown out front has led every lap so far, other than one. He is catching Joey Brown here. Here's the line for this driver right here, Travis Manning, Severn, Maryland. He's got a lot of teams down there. I need to make that font maybe a little bit smaller so we can see everybody's team. But very cool. There's all the sponsors that are there. He is right to the back bumper of the 5. We're going to see a pass here as we see Joey Brown into the corner. There's the 14 behind him. Beautiful sunset, Homestead, Miami Speedway, 34 of 100 being completed. Jensen trying to make some ground up as well. So some Fords up in the next top 3, and he's having a good day. Brennan Poole in 4th. Goodingsman back in there as well. He's trying to work it. He's off the spot from where he started, but don't hold him to that just yet. Ryan Daly up 8 spots to number 51 in 6th, over 14th, trying to make his line the best that it can be. Levine in 7th. Kind of fallen back a little bit here. Coach here had to have made a good adjustment because he's kind of picking them off one by one. But Justin Levine here, if he made an adjustment on his car to try to get some more out of it, but it seems like he's a little bit, maybe a little slower on this run here. But we'll see as they come around. 5:14 battle for the lead. 36 of 100. Brown, Manning, Jensen, Poole, Daly. That's going to be the top 5 for the drivers here. Let's go through. Nick King, the number 3. He is back here. His Chevy. He's off a few spots here. I think he a little bit of right side there. He came up and tapped the wall. Looking at what he's got going on here. His last lap, 34.42. He's tracking down Paul Fly in the 18. Turn 1, turn 2 for the 18. Trying to pick up some time here. David Garman Jr. is the driver who's tracking down in 16th. And Garman has got his eyes set on Timmy Lewis Jr. 19. Chevy chasing a Toyota here. Here is Timmy Lewis Jr. utilizing that bottom line, the carrier Toyota here for John Betlam Racing Team. Trent Goodrow is right there in front of the 19. He is off 2 spots from where he started, but the 22 trying to hold on for dear goodness. Timothy Swiggett in the 52. He is 13. He's up 6 spots from where he started, so he's having a good day, but he still does have a little bit of right side. You see that right front quarter panel giving everybody a little bit of fits. Jeremy Little, the number 7, to the bottom side of the 17 of Dylan Beckman. I'm sorry. There is Dylan Beckman. He is in the 11th, but the 7 trying to find a different kind of line. 17 up high. Little's going to try to make that pass right here. As they come around, Dylan Beckman right there behind him, so a little swap of position there. Michael Sturgill Jr. behind the 42 at Brad Sousa right there. He's in 10th, up 2 from where he started. He was in 8th when he started this race. The 42, Brad is in, he started 20th. He's in 9th right now. And he plants himself up next to the wall. Man. Looking through the field, thanking everybody out there. Appreciate you. Carol, thank you for the like. Appreciate you very much out there. She gave some love out there. On Facebook, thank you to everybody out there on Twitch as well, and YouTube. And all this stuff put up right now. Watch Brad as he comes out of this right here. Look how close that wall is right there. This is the gyro cam, and well, it's my version of the gyro cam. I wanted to make something that looked out the right front of the cars here, and look how close these drivers are to this wall. They just plant it right next to it. Their feet off of that wall. Sometimes inches. Chad Gruningsman falling back to 8th. One of the guys that was up there inside he was running second there for a moment. Now I think some of these adjustments that were made on pit road have kind of benefited a few folks. Ryan Daly being one of those guys. He is up 7 spots to 7th. He started 14th. Matt Kocher right there. He is picking them off one by one. The number 1 into 6th. Whoa. Caution's going to come out. Jay Jensen. Something happened with Jay Jensen. So second caution of the race. We'll take a look here. The 2 and the 14 together. They were trying to occupy the same spot one more time for the 2 was trying to come out of the corner to make a pass. There was the 14. He was right there to the back bumper. Look at that. He was able to save that. That was the helicopter if I ever saw one. Man, oh man. Here's how it progressed. Here's the 2 down to the 14. It's into the corner. There's Brennan Poole right behind him. 14 down to the corner. 2's up there as well. The 2 is trying to play catch up to the race leader. So this is a look at kind of. The 2 is coming into the line. 14 was there. A little tap. Boom. There it is. Second caution of the race. It happens. Brown, Poole on pit road. Everybody on pit road. Looks like Nick King is going to be your. I think he's going to be your lucky dog here. He's going to get a lap back. And he's going to take that. That's for darn sure. Nathan Hall still a lap down. He's waiting for a free pass here. I do believe. He came in on lap 28. Nick King, I believe, was on pit road. Maybe getting some stuff fixed. But he's going to come around and catch back up to some of the drivers. Joey Brown wins the race off of pit road. The 14 of Manning's going to be there. Jay Jensen there as well. Jensen able to save the car when he went around right there. He really didn't. I mean, he's got a little scratch to buff out, but I don't know. It looked cool. That's for darn sure. Joey Brown, Travis Manning, Jay Jensen, Brennan Poole, Justin Levine, back up there in 5th. Matt Kocher, one of the biggest movers of the race. He started 16th. He's up 10 spots. He's going to restart 6th here on the outside when they go back to green flag racing here. Interesting race line for everybody. Interesting to see how they're working and all the things that you could see here. That's absolutely insane. Reminder, John Betlam Heating and Cooling. Go to johnbetlam.com. If you're in the Rochester, New York area, you can give them a call, 585-271-8888. Make sure you give them a like and follow on Facebook for me as well. Also, make sure that you go to ranco-motorsports.com. Give them a like and follow. The eNASCAR Racing Association does have a Facebook page as well. You can go give them a follow for me. I would appreciate that. And if you're not on iRacing, you should be. iRacing.com. Get yourself a subscription. There's a lot of free assets that you can get to get your racing going right away. And it's insane. Just great things. You can start racing today for, I believe they've even got promotional codes out there and stuff like that you can find. So make sure that if you're a part of that, if you're not a part of that, you want to be a part of it, you want to do what these guys are doing, get out there, go to iRacing.com. Travis Manning is going to restart at the outside of the 5. Jensen is going to restart behind the race leader. Brennan Poole is going to be there on the outside behind the 14. So it'll be the 5, 14, 2, 15, then the 41 of the 1 on the restart of the race. Lights are off on the pace car. We're going to go back to green flag racing here in just a moment. Man, oh man. Five, 14, 2, 15. Pulling in is going to be the pace car here. You see him dive off onto pit road right there. Green flag waves. Manning to the outside, trying to get through the gears. Brown there to the lead, 3 wide into turn 1. Levine to the bottom side. Little for both of those guys. The 2 carrying really good speed here. He's going to, don't count him out just yet. Justin Levine finds that ground that he needed earlier, as now the 15 to the 2 start to pull ahead on the outside. 51 is going to be there as well. Daly there to the high side. 41 of Levine to the bottom. Joey Brown, Travis Manning, 1-2. But right now, Jay Jensen, Brennan Poole battling it out for 3rd. Levine in the mix in 5th. 2 to the bottom side of the 15. 49 and 100. Levine down to the bottom, looking 3 wide into the corner. 41, 2, 15. The 2 able to carry. They're going to be 3 wide again off the corner. 15. Not, he's going to slide right there behind. He's going to give a big shove to the 2. Says, let's go. Let's stop fighting the corner. Jay Jensen back to 3rd. Brennan Poole in 4th. Able to carry that car. Man, oh man, that was a heck of a shove. 41 of Justin Levine right there as well. There is Ryan Daly as Coacher right there. Coacher having a great day. The 1 trying to make a pass on the inside. Hard to pass here. Ooh, a little check up from the 1. I wonder if he had to get out of the throttle there, because the 4 Gooning's been able to carry up and to the outside. That was where the pass needed to be. Jay Jensen ran the fastest lap of the race this last time by, 31.94. I think that had a lot to do with that big shove that he got down the backstretch. Joey Brown. Well, this is the closest the driver's been on a restart in a minute. 5:14, a tenth of a second. Brown, Manning, Jensen, Poole, Levine, Daly, Goodingsman, Sturgill. Coacher there to 8th. As the 77 of Michael Sturgill to his outside. And he might clear him here on the exit. 77 is still going to be fast. These fresh tires getting up to temperature. Take a little bit for the outside line to be able to work in. There's Sousa right there in 10th, trying to battle for 9th with Sturgill here. As you see the 42 carry to the inside. The Advent Health Chevy Camaro 2022 Next Gen Series cars. Here on iRacing, Brennan Poole just ran his fastest lap of the race. As I'm going through, I'm looking at drivers when they're running their fastest laps. And Brennan just did that. Tim Swiggett most recently just ran it 2 laps ago. So Timmy figuring it out. Timothy Swiggett figuring some stuff out here as he's driving around. He is up 4 spots in 15th. Joey Brown out front. Now stepping on the gas just a little bit more. Yeah, two Fords right here. There's the 2 and the 14. Able to keep it together. And that last caution when the 2 went around, he was able to save it, avoid the big damage. And he's back up here inside the top 3. Caution comes out. And I'm looking to see why here, folks. Not even sure. Let's see what happened here. Ooh, the 31 and the 52. There's David Garman Jr. there. Let's try this one more time. David Garman Jr. into the corner here. Oh, he was loose. He got loose. Oh. 52. Looking like he net coated through him. And that was fortunate. 31 got loose off the corner there. Man, he must have been fast. David Garman Jr. in on pit road. There's the 52. I want to look at the 52's car here. It looked like he might have net coated through him. So no damage for him, which is fortunate. Sometimes you just never know. Manning looks like he is going to come to pit road. Gunningsman, Coacher, Sousa is going to come to pit road as well. So these drivers quite possibly might be able to make... Ooh, somebody blew an engine. There's the 3. He's going to be your lucky dog. Nick King coming around. Going to be back on the lead lap this time. So fortunate circumstances for this driver. Joey Brown, Jensen, Poole, Levine, Daly, Lewis Jr., Goodrow, Manning, Coacher. All these drivers coming off of pit road. Jeremy Little, another driver coming off pit road. The number 7 has Timothy Swiggett right behind him. So I don't know. Maybe Tim got a little bit of damage, but maybe it's all virtual. I'm not quite sure. Brown, Jensen, Poole, Levine, Daly, Lewis Jr., Goodrow, Manning, Kosher, Gunningsman. That's going to be the top 10. And if I'm not mistaken, they might be able to make it on fuel. We will have to see here. If there's another caution, no doubt that one of these drivers might figure out that they need to come to pit road. About 12 laps on their tires. The lap time before they came to pit road. I think I can look at that. Here it is. The 32.305 for Brown. All fly waiting for some folks. Had to stop and go to the tail end of the field. 3 of Nick King is going to be right there as well. There's the 18. He's gonna come back out here. 3 was your lucky dog. He starts at the tail end of the field. 52 was back off of pit road. I think he might have had some damage. Who knows? Didn't look like it from my point of view as far as the actual physicality of the car. There is Joey Brown. I kind of want to take a look at Tim. I'm rooting for him. Maybe a little right front. Clip up just a little bit. You see it over there by the number 52. I really like this camera. Kind of wish NASCAR had these cameras statically. Mr. Swiggett, there you are, 52 Charge Racing Chevy Camaro here for the 2022 Series cars. Take a look, Matt Kocher there in the number 1 drive of the Ford. Oop, that's Gunningsman. There it is. That's Gunningsman. There he is. There's Matt Kocher right there. He's driving the number 1. Gunningsman was in front of him. That's the number 4. Lights are off on the pace car. We're going to go back to it. We're over halfway here as they're getting ready to take the green flag again. Brown, Jensen, Poole, Levine, Daly, Lewis Jr., and Trent Goodrow. All of those drivers came in on 44. Everybody else behind them, well, you know, they're looking for a, they're looking to go around them. They came in on 55, which puts them on some fresh, either some fresh tires or some fuel. Maybe splash and goes for the drivers. I think a lot of them just came in for fuel. Travis Manning, fuel. Gunningsman, Kosher, Sturgill, all fuel. Nick King came in, got a little bit of damage, and he got tires. Joey Brown, ready to take him to the end of the race. He's going to have 42 laps to do it. Pace car dives off. 5, 2, 15, 41. Back to green flag conditions again. Jesse, thank you for the like out there. Carol, hey, Carol, you're amazing. Jesse Priest giving me a like out there. Appreciate you very much. Brown, Jensen, Levine, Poole, Daly, Lewis Jr. to the outside. Brennan Poole trying to make it stick to the bottom. As you see, turn 3 be hot, heavy, busy. 5 and the 2 together trying to make it stick. Top 3, Justin Levine trying to carry into the corner. The 2 trying to make a pass to the inside of the 5. I think the 5 is going to carry a little bit, about 4 feet off of that, 4 to 5 feet off of that line virtually. The 2's in the draft of this car. Clean air, big factor for a lot of drivers. So are they going to be able to make it stick? Michael Sturgill behind Coacher there. These drivers are trying to find another racing line that's going to be able to carry that much more speed. We watched these drivers be able to go up and pick off 1 or 2 at a time. 77 to the 1, trying to do some good. 77 to the outside of Kosher here. He's going to carry some heavy speed. We're watching this battle unfold. 1's going to be able to carry, clear the 77. Kosher trying to pick off some drivers. He's going to be there behind the number 4, Chad Gunningsman. And Gunningsman going to the bottom of Trent Goodrow, the number 22. Ford's aplenty. Joey Brown out front, the 2 trying to go to the inside, trying to find any kind of room here. It's going to do it side draft from the Poole. The battle for the lead ensues as the 5, the 2, and the 41 holding on for dear goodness. 5 to the outside, 2, 41. New race leader as they come out of turn 3. It's going to be Jay Jensen, and he drove a heck of a lap right there to try to get around him. 32.33 for the last lap. And right now, 2:41, putting Joey Brown down to 3rd. And Levine going for the lead. The 41 to the inside of the 2, side by side. They are really, really, really wanting this. Somebody wants to be faster. Jensen still leads this lap. And as they battle, the 5 able to get right back to the back quarter panel of the 41 and to the inside of the 2. The 2's going to be carrying speed off of the corner here. I think that midline is the right line. Oh, 41 into the 2. Ooh, Levine trying to hold on to it here. Levine falling back. Kind of got into each other a little bit there. A little door panel action. Justin Levine falls back a little bit to the 52. A lot of work to be done to get back to the front. And right now, Joey Brown tracking back down Jay Jensen. Jensen now has matching sides. 2, 5, 15, 51 of Daly. Ron Daly making moves. At Ryan Daly Designs, there is RD right there, the number 51, trying to pull in some of these guys. And Joey Brown to the inside of the 2. You're watching it from back here. That feather of the throttle. 15 of Brennan Poole trying to make the pass now on Jay Jensen. That little inside rub that happened right there might be playing a big factor now. Joey Brown went around. He's back to the lead, 66 of 100. The race is far from over. Kosher, he's getting around the 14 here, up 11 spots. Right behind the 51. Keep your eye on this guy. Keep your eye on the 14 as well. Travis Manning, super fast earlier. Took a little while for his car to come in, so I think over the long green flag run, you're going to be seeing this guy make up some of that ground. He's still right there. I mean, we're talking under a second from first to sixth. Gunningsman, the first driver, a little bit further off. He's in fourth. And he's got a whole lot of company coming with him. It's the 4, the 77, trying to make some things work. Sturgill Jr. to the outside with the 442. Sousa there has the 41 behind him. Justin Levine, like, hey, let's go. We've got to get up here. Got to get some of that time back, get some of that, make some of those moves. 42 into the 77 here. Side by side, 3 wide on the front stretch. 77 to the 42 going to carry in. 42 is going to be able to get it. He's going to give up some room to the 41 here. With all that happening just a little bit there. 41, 77, 42 is going to carry the outside line. Is going to be in front of the 19s. There is a big battle going on here. This is a huge battle for everything that's happening here. There is Michael Sturgill to the outside. Levine trying to go back to the front. There's Trent Goodrow in the 22, right behind the 42. As these cars start to progress on their tire wear, you're starting to see them get a little bit more free. 52, Timothy Swiggett. There he is. He's holding his own up 6 spots. He started 19th. He's in 13th right now. Joey Brown, he's outpacing Brennan Poole, who got around to number 2 just a moment ago. And he's doing it by 0.3 of a second. 2 Chevys, a Ford, and a Toyota. Matt Kocher, if I said it too many times, I'll just say it again. That Toyota is lying. Is trying to close down some of that relative to the rest of the field. He gets around Ryan Daly there for 4th. 12 spots. Now he's got Jay Jensen in his sights. 71 of 100 being completed. Nick King last car on the lead lap. And he is doing quite well. Levine back to 7th. Being battling from the lead, fell back to 15th or 14th. And then is now driven back 7 more spots. He is trying to make this stick. He is faster than the race leader. Well, he was faster than the race leader. This last time by, he was not. Joey Brown pacing the field a little bit here. Other than Brennan Poole right there on the back bumper. An opportunity here for both of these drivers. 15-5. Poole trying to make it stick to the bottom. There's a look at the drivers behind. He sees the 2 and the 1 side by side. Ryan Daly's going to be there with him as well. Jay Jensen had it work. Nick King just had something happen with him. Did he get loose? Said he crashed here. Here's what happened just a moment ago. Lap 72 for the 3. He did. But he was able to save it, so that kept the green flag going. And he was down below the line, so he's able to get back up there and make it work. 5:15.1. That's the field at the moment. Last lap, 33.21. Brennan Poole, 33.20. Matt Kocher, 33 flat. Brennan Poole gets around for the race lead here as you're starting to see the long green flag run become a factor here. Matt Kocher is going to be perfect on fuel. That is something that you're seeing here. And right now the 5 to the back bumper of the 15, 1 to the outside. Kocher might just make this stick. The number 1, the Toyota to the outside.
Right behind the 15, the 5 to the bottom. 5's going to let the one clear. Matt Kocher going to the inside of the 15, faster than the field. He is rolling 75 laps complete. Slides in front of the 15. 15's going to give no room right there. He's going to go back to the battle. 25 laps to go here in the eNASCAR Racing Association. Poole, Kocher, Brown, Daly, Jensen. That's going to be the top 5 for the drivers. Brennan Poole able to drive off the corner, but the one's going to be, look at that speed off of the corner. (15.15). Joey Brown led the most laps today. And he is trying to make that stick. Jay Jensen back in the mix as well. Top 5 drivers still within a second of each other. Ryan Daly to the back bumper. A little rear damage from the two. To know where that came from. He's got a little bit of dunk right there. Need some Bondo and some other stuff. Travis Manning in 6th. Justin Levine trying to catch back up. He's 4 seconds off the pace, but he's in 7th. He's got Brad Sousa behind him. As you're seeing these drivers really make it stick, make it move. His next-gen cars are insane. Brennan Poole out front has the 3 with him. Maybe a lap down at the moment. It came 2 laps down. Let me take that back. No, he's a lap down. He's about to be 2 laps down. Reminder, he got loose and then came off the corner. And right now, he's helping the 15 a little bit here. As you see him come over the top. 15 making a pass over the 3. 5 to the outside of the 3 as well. As 22 laps to go. Becomes 0.3 of a second on Joey Brown and Matt Kocher back here. He falls back to 3rd. The 2 of Jensen there as well. Ryan Daly in the 51. Really like this camera. I forgot I had this camera, folks. Brennan Poole, 0.3 of a second. He's got the 5 of Brown behind him. 21 laps to go. Timmy Lewis Jr. in the number 19. He is last car to lead lap. He's got Timothy Swiggett in front of him. Goonigsman in the number 4. Trying to work his way back to where he started. That right side damage being a little bit of a factor here, I think. The 52 tries to make the pass on the inside. Trent Goodrow and the number 22 trying to put moves on the 7 in front of him. Jeremy Little in 10th. Michael Sturgill Jr. and the number 77. He's 9th right now, tracking down Sousa. 7.5 seconds, 8 seconds off of the pace. Brad Sousa here in the 8th spot, 4.7 seconds back, trying to track down Levine in front of him. Levine battling for the lead. He and the number 2 kind of got a little door dinging, and when they did, that's kind of what made him fall back. But he's worked his way back through the field to be 4 seconds back. And right here, Jay Jensen and Ryan Daly. There's Travis Manning. He's starting to pick up the pace as well. 2.6 seconds the difference between he and race leader Brennan Poole. Ryan Daly right there behind the number 2. Jay Jensen looking ahead, seeing what's going to happen, who's going to be able to do what. Kocher is in the mix as well. Back to utilizing that high line, I do believe. Brennan Poole and Joey Brown. These anyone in this top 5 can win this right here. That's what I'm looking at here. Anybody inside the top 5 can win this race. Actually, anybody could win this race. It depends on how aggressive you want to be. Brennan Poole, Brown, Kocher, high line. Look how high Kocher got off of that line. Whoa. One's going to go around. There's a little bit of a little bump into the corner there. Kosher out front, 0.4 of a second. I don't know that that was absolutely intentional at all, but man, oh man. Woo, Nilly. Brennan Poole back to second here. Joey Brown to the back, was to the back bumper. He got into the corner. I think he got right to the quarter panel, maybe just a misjudge in speed. Both drivers able to save it here. Jay Jensen in the 51 of Ryan Daly now making a move to the inside. 16 laps to go. And Kosher, he's like, I'm good. I was up high. Check it out. KPTV, good to see you out there on Twitch. You're amazing, brother. Appreciate you. (1:15.5 to 51). And it's not over. Brennan Poole, Joey Brown, the two Chevys battling it out here. Ball fly coming off of pit road. He's going to stay down. Just trying to lock it down here, trying to make sure that he stays out there, get as many laps or any position that he can get. And right now, the one really making it work. Joey Brown gets around Brennan Poole on this corner. That splitter becoming a big factor here as the race wears on. 14 laps to go. Joey Brown has to go. And Kosher, who is out front, now really looking. I wouldn't even be rear mirror driving right now. I would just run my line as fast as I can and do the best that I can to make it work. Kosher, Brown, Poole, Daly, Jensen. It's going to be your top five at the moment. Travis Manning trying to close he did close the distance. Close it up just a little bit here. Got about a second back from what he was at before, so now 3 seconds off. He was 4. Levine in 7th. He's got 13 laps. He's trying to make this stick as well. Trying to make that setup do what he does best. Kosher driving the number 1, has the number 5 there with him. 1 high line, 5 carrying the draft. Right next to the wall, the battle for the lead. 12 laps to go here. The eNASCAR Racing Association Homestead 150. Again, reminder brought to you by Ryco-Motorsports.com. Setups, paints, all kinds of stuff over there. Go check them out. They've got season passes as well. And then, of course, make sure you go to johnbetlam.com. If you're in the Rochester, New York area, johnbetlam.com for your heating and cooling needs. I bet you can talk to them about the importance of an air filter and how frequently you need to change it as well. So make sure you go to johnbetlam.com and take care of that. Battle for the lead. Brown to the inside of 1 here. Brown, Kosher having a good day. Phone number for John Betlam Heating Cooling. They've got electrical insulation as well. 585-271-8888. Make sure you give them a call if you need them, because we like to see the support. Good battle. 15 right next to the wall there. Brennan Poole using dirt track techniques. Little wall scrape. Maybe a little, what do they call it? The Bristol technique, where you tamp the wall a little bit, maybe get a little extra speed off corner entry. 1. Back to second here as Brennan Poole tries to pull that time back. Daly, 10 laps to go, up to 4th now. Manning doing the same. Jay Jensen falling off pace just a little bit. Levine is right there in the mix as well. At 3 seconds over 10 laps, can they do it? Do they have enough? They're carrying very well. Joey Brown, 0.3 of a second over the 1 of Matt Kosher. Brennan Poole to 3rd. Ryan Daly in 4th. Travis Manning in 5th. And they've got 9 laps to make something happen, because these top 3, you don't want to let them check out. One to the back. Ooh. Out of fuel to 5? Might quite possibly be. Something happened there. Not even sure what happened there. 15 of Brennan Poole to the high side. Something happened to Joey Brown. Brennan Poole out front. Kocher there. Brown entered pit lane. Had to get on the pit lane here. 8 laps to go. Do they have enough fuel? That's the big factor here. Are they going to have enough fuel to make it around 55? That puts 45 laps for the drivers that came to pit road on 55. Brennan Poole here. High line running. 7 laps to go. Joey Brown will be a lap down. He's coming off of pit road here. Poole, Kocher, Daly in third. Travis Manning in fourth. Pit road getting busy. Have to come to pit road. Poole still out front. He's trying to save as much fuel as he could. You can be fast, but the strategy is gonna carry forward. Kocher here, the Toyota. You know he's good on fuel, or at least I think he's good on fuel. Brennan Poole still needs to come to pit road. He is going to do that now. New race leader, the number 1, Matt Kocher. He comes in. Travis Manning, 3 seconds the difference. Levine will still have to come to pit road. He came in on 44. Sousa right here, the number 42. If that's the case, he's going to be in third. Good row. Coming to back out. Joey Brown. There's a lot of drivers that came in and they got their fuel. They maxed it out. They did that on 55 on the last caution. And the racing's been insane. It's been competitive. It's been hard. It's been hot and heavy. In 3.3 seconds, 4 laps to go here in the eNASCAR Racing Association. The 1, the 14, the 42. And right now, they're all separated by seconds. I like fuel strategy races, and one was definitely that. Some of the drivers needed to get a splash and go. Some of the drivers needed to make it work. And right now, Matt Kocher has 3 to go here as Manning, Sousa, Sturgill, Wiggett. That's your top 5. They all came to pit road on 55 from 1st to 7th. All of those drivers came in on 55. And right now, going to be 2 to go here. Homestead Miami Speedway. It's been a good race. It's been an interesting race. Remember to check out all of the sponsors for the NASCAR Racing Association. Make sure that you get out there, go to ryco-motorsports.com. Make sure that you also go to johnbettman.com. If you're in the Rochester, New York area, give them a call so that way they can take care of you. And then, of course, and always, make sure that you give us a like and follow on all of our platforms, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. As our platform continues to grow, we appreciate everybody that does so. And just kind of what we see here. White flag's going to wave. 3.2 seconds is the relative. At this particular point, the 41, Matt's just going to go, hey, see ya. I'm going to chill. Going to relax. 2.8 seconds between he and Manning. 3rd different winner in as many weeks here in the NASCAR Racing Association Next Gen Cup Series. Matt Kocher wins it at Homestead. Travis Manning will come home 2nd. Brad Sousa right there. There he is, number 42. Look at him. He comes home 3rd. Michael Sturgill Jr. finishes in 4th. Timothy Swiggett in 5th. There's your top 5 for the drivers. Man, oh man. It's all about fuel. I wondered, I said it early on, was there going to be, were they going to be able to make it on fuel? And, man, a few laps short. Made it work, made it stick, and here they are. The one's going to come around here, and he's going to be able to celebrate the race win. Burn it down. That's what he's doing. Alrighty, what a race. That was a heck of a race. You let him get it down there and burn it down. That was absolutely a blast to watch. As I'm going to get here and we're going to try to make this do its thing. The number one is your race winner. Whoop, apologies about that. I kind of pulled you up right, like just kind of when I did it. Matt, my man, Fuel Strategy. You won this race on lap 55.
I agree. I mean, actually, I should say we won the race right before the practice room for the session opened up because we had nothing. We were just going off of, me and Brad, we were just going off of something old here that I had. And then I said, you know what, let's try the Nashville setup, which is where we're at for the official series this week. And I said, you know, let's try that. And then bam, that's what we ran here. And it was stellar setup tonight. But once 55 came, I looked up at the fuel calculator from Caps and I was like, yeah, we can make it from here. I'm pitting. I'm going to save my tires, but we'll just take fuel only. And when they didn't pit, I was like, man, I sure hope it goes green all the way. And it did.
What I was, and that's one of the things that I was looking at whenever that last caution happened. I was like, man, are they going to be able to make it on fuel? You know, because everybody's setup's different. There's the way that you drive is different. If you're sitting in the draft, or if you're out front in clean air, the cars are completely different. And I was like, man, 45 laps is a lot of laps on these cars, but to go 51 laps, they're 56 laps. That's a whole different story. And you were able to make it work. You had a great performance tonight. You drove from the back to the front, your biggest mover of the race, of course. And you won as many positions as you could. How is it to drive these next gen cars with limited knowledge since they're so new? To make Homestead the track for your first win here in the series.
Well, I mean, the cars, they're definitely nothing like anything else on the sim. They handled completely different. I'm not sure about if you would bring a GT3 onto an oval. Maybe they might handle the same, but I know any oval car out here is nothing like what we have here. So it's been a learning curve, and I've just been trying to learn as we go. It's hard to do sometimes, but I mean, we're just been sticking it out. And I mean, we've had good runs the last couple of weeks, but like New Hampshire, I think we got up to third at one point, and then we got in an accident when we were on the sixth, and then Phoenix started at the back, and we went caution free and just couldn't freaking catch the leader there. Or I probably didn't have nothing for Brad, but at least get to a top three. And then, it just did not end well there either. So I'm glad we were able to get to a mile and a half here. So we categorize this and maybe keep going with these mile and a halves and get another couple wins.
Well, Nashville's going to be next week, and that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to see what you guys do there. Congratulations on the race win here, and make sure that you give your shout outs out there and teammates. And I know that you got a whole slew of people you got to thank.
Yeah, I got to thank ENRA for putting this on. I know. I got to thank Brad Sousa. You know, he's the one who got me into this league here. He paid for the whole way, and he said, let's be teammates, and I was all for it. I mean, the guys always backed me up here, and I'm glad for it. I got to thank Pay to Win Setups, Burst Lift East, and S&D Bodyline. Also, Stint Analyzer. Thank you.
Absolutely. Matt, is it Kocher or is it Kocher? I want to make sure I say it correctly every time.
Cucker.
Hey, all right. Well, that makes sense actually now. I apologize about that.
Yeah.
Well, don't listen to the stream. Okay. Totally.
No, you're all right, man. Everyone does it until I get an interview, and then they ask.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that I do. You know, I always tell everybody that my last name is Followwell here, and you know how difficult that can be for folks. So Matt Cocker wins the number one. Congratulations once again, my friend.
Thank you.
You too. There he is. That is the guy that drove from the back to the front, and he did a phenomenal job doing so. And we'll talk to his teammate here in just a second. Real quick, this guy right here, Travis Manning. You were fast in that Ford all day long, and we saw a little contact happen. You guys were able to kind of save it and make it work. You came in at the right time. Find yourself in second spot here. Walk us through the race. How did the track change And how did you overcome and adapt when it came to being able to get around traffic? Because you were a highline driving fool there for a while.
Yeah, didn't get the qualifying run that I needed, so we had to roll off P18. So it was just a matter of making it through the field, keeping the nose clean. Aerodynamics is key here, so just kept the nose clean, and one at a time, and just snuck up there. And by the time we had got there, I think I'd hurt the tires a little bit, and hard racing up there. The contact was unfortunate, but everyone recovered, and yeah, and everything worked good. It's very easy when you got a good handling car. The car drove great all night. It was just a lot of me over driving here, there. Definitely hurt us there at the end. I didn't have the right front tire that Matt did, and he went out there and took off with it. So, but I mean, all in all, the car was great. No complaints. Racing was good. It's hard with the aero package. It's hard to get up to somebody and you can run them down, but you get stuck in a bubble and it's just kind of save your right front tire at that point. So, but yeah, all in all, it was definitely a good night. I'm definitely glad to finally get a good finish in this.
It was a fantastic finish from my point of view. Of course, watching you guys be able to work through the field and do what you do best. Of course, Travis, next week Nashville. What do you think you got for him?
I mean, hopefully we can get one more spot better. I know our car's been pretty good so far this week. I'm going to keep working on it. I definitely need to get some laps around there myself. So, looking forward to it. And hoping for the best, of course, but I guess we won't know until about this time next Tuesday. So we'll just wait and see.
Well, congratulations, at least on a P2 finish here. And, make sure you give your shout outs out there. I know you got teammates and people you want to thank.
Absolutely. Wouldn't be here if it wasn't for ENRA for putting this on. So thank you to them. Abruzzi, Frontline Esports, Bruising Cues, everyone that helps everything make this 14 car go around the track week in, week out. I appreciate everybody, and we're going to keep on pushing.
Absolutely. Couldn't say it better myself. Travis Manning finished the second. Congratulations once again, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Absolutely. That was the man there. And last but not least, teammate to the number one here, Brad Sousa right here, the number 42. Brad, I was following along with you pretty much all race. I wanted to see what you were going to be doing here. And you were killing it, man.
Yeah, we definitely had good long run speed, and thanks to Matt. I appreciate the setup. We worked on it a little bit right before the race and had something good. We struggled a little bit on the short run, but on the long run, we definitely nailed it. And he made the call on the pit strategy, and I went with what he said, and it paid off for the top three.
Yeah, top three for me is a win in my book. That's of course you guys are doing all the driving, I'm doing all the commentating here. When it came to being able to work around traffic, Travis Manning said the same thing. Said the same thing pretty much that Matt said. It's difficult to get around folks here. Is that just because of how these cars drive, or is it just kind of the way the line has to be defended?
Oh, I'm not really sure. I'm actually pretty new to running big car stuff, but it feels like you kind of get bogged down when you get stuck behind someone, so it's definitely hard to pass.
It seemed to work for you there for a little while. You were able to drive around some big names, and you're a big name yourself. So I'm pretty happy to see what you were doing. I was literally following you around I was like, man, look at him go. He's up. He's all right. He started back there. All right, he's going. All right, and you had a great day. Congratulations here on a P3 finish. Fuel strategy worked for you, and just it was a great drive off, and I'm happy to see you up there.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Just want to say thank you to Ken over at Ryko and putting on this whole ENRA league. And thanks to Matt for working on the setup with me, and see what happens next week.
Well,
and thank you guys also.
Well, Nashville's next week. What do you got for Nashville? Do you like the track in the next gen cars? To kind of walk me what you think next week's going to bring.
I think we'll see about the same thing that we saw here. I think what we've got for Nashville already is really fast, so we can tweak on a little bit more, and I think you'll see a lot of the same stuff between me and Matt here coming next week.
It worked out for you today, and I hope to see. I hope to see it next week. Well, congratulations on a P3 finish, and we'll definitely see you next week, my friend.
Definitely will. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. Brad Sousa, he's the third place finisher here. 2 teammates inside the top 3. So the Hendrick Motorsports team does not come out with a new another win here. So that's a change. It's different, but it was a good race. Man, that was a good race. Fuel strategy became a big factor there. Race results. Matt Cucker. I'm sitting here. I'm still doing the same thing. Matt Cucker is going to be your race winner here. Travis Manning Sousa is going to be your third place finisher. Michael Sturgill Jr. We talked about him. The number 77 finished in fourth. Timothy Swiggett, number 52 in fifth. Little Gunningsman, Poole, Levine, Jensen, Daly, Brown, Lewis Jr., Nathan Hall, Goodrow. That is going to be all the way through 15th. Nick King, Paul Fly, David Garman Jr. all the way down there to the bottom. And man, oh man, what a good little race! It was absolutely fun. Beckman, Casey involved early, so was Nick Galusha. But it was a great race. It was a lot of fun, and it was great to see. Tomorrow night we're going to be back live again for the Signature eNASCAR Next Gen Series. That's going to be on the iRacing Super Speedway. So that's going to be insane to see. 50 laps around that. I think 50 or 45 laps around that thing. That's these things going that fast is crazy. And then Thursday Truck Series race, Friday Xfinity Series race for Signature Esports, Cup Series race on Saturday, and then back at it again next Sunday. The Kick and Asphalt Racing Series. That's going to be our first race. They're going to be a Daytona in their series. It's going to be a truck series as well. So 2 truck series Sunday and Monday. So make sure you tune in each and every week. Thank you for everybody out there. Give us a like, follow on all the platforms. Thank you to everybody that supports me over here at Signature Esports, and thank you to everybody out there that supports each other. Esports gaming is a big deal for a lot of folks, and it's a big deal for me. And so we appreciate you. We love and appreciate everybody out there. Every like, every follow. That's why I follow pretty much everybody on Twitch that follows me, and YouTube. I go back and subscribe to the folks who have channels. There's just a lot of stuff that we want to make sure that we help support other people. So thank you very much to everybody out there. I'm gonna go and take my breathing treatment. These guys made it fun here. Homestead is in the books. RycoMotorsports.com, Ryco-Motorsports.com. John Betlam, Heating and Cooling. Remember to give them a call up there in New York, 585-271-8888. Thank you to everybody out there. We love and appreciate you. If I don't see you, of course, have a good afternoon, a good evening, and a good morning.